There are a lot of website builders to create an online business or e-commerce site, but you don't want to waste your time on the wrong tool. So to help with that decision, I'm here with an in-depth comparison of Shopify versus Squarespace. First of all, there's one huge difference between these two providers. Shopify focuses exclusively on e-commerce, making it less suitable for other types of websites. In contrast, Squarespace is a versatile website builder that allows you to create blogs, portfolios, and more. But for today's video, I'll compare both providers based on their e-commerce plans and features, starting with pricing. Shopify and Squarespace both offer similar premium plans. Shopify's plans starting at $29 per month come with all the essential features, including unlimited storage, bandwidth, and products. While Squarespace's initial plans are cheaper, they lack e-commerce integration. To match Shopify's capabilities, you'll need to opt for Squarespace's Commerce plan, which is priced very closely to Shopify at $28 per month. It includes unlimited storage and bandwidth as well. So money-wise, both providers are sort of equal. Now, if you're gonna grab either provider, why not do it with my discounts that benefit both of us? To get them, just scan this QR code or follow the links from the description. Anyhow, back to the comparison. There are other fees to consider than just the subscription. If you choose Squarespace's Commerce plans, you'll benefit from a 0% transaction fee. However, remember that various payment gateways charge different credit card processing fees. With Shopify, it can be reduced depending on your selected plan. Additionally, if you use Shopify payments as your gateway, there will be no extra transaction fees. What sets these plans apart are the domain names and additional features. Squarespace includes a free domain name for the first year, saving you around $15. Shopify, on the other hand, doesn't offer a free domain, but includes valuable features like abandoned cart recovery, even in its basic plan. Ultimately, both providers offer similar value for your money. But there is one Shopify advantage that I want to mention. It can also be used on your website, since the starter plan lets you sell on social media or integrate a buy button directly. Since both providers have almost the same pricing, you'd probably expect them to be similar in general, right? Well, no. The differences become very noticeable once you start building your website. With Squarespace, there are around 10 times more free templates to choose from than with Shopify, which only has 12. Sure, there are paid ones too, but those cost $60 or more each. Excluding premium designs, Squarespace offers a significantly larger selection. However, Shopify has an advantage if you have a bigger budget. Through third-party markets, Shopify provides hundreds of template designs tailored for specific niches or projects, allowing you to find the perfect one for you. Sure, Squarespace also has third-party templates, but the problem is there aren't that many, and those often require more customization. On the other hand, Squarespace designs are among the best on the market, which is why this builder is so popular with designers. The templates are modern, visually appealing, and optimized for an excellent web experience. For Squarespace, winning a web design award for its templates is really just another day in the office. And yeah, if you look at those designs, it's hard to disagree. This makes Squarespace a great choice for portfolios or any other creative website. Besides, you can always preview how your chosen design will look on mobile or tablet before finalizing it, which is crucial since changing your template later requires starting over from scratch. Now that I've praised Squarespace templates, let's see how Shopify compares. They are modern but more restrictive in design, lacking standout structures or unique layouts. This aligns with Shopify's overall philosophy. Focus less on site design and more on managing your business. However, paid templates are an entirely different beast, offering some impressive designs. A noteworthy aspect of Shopify's templates is the detailed information provided for each one, including usage guidelines and update frequency. Additionally, user reviews, including complaints, are available to help you choose right. We can apply the same logic to website editing. Squarespace provides robust and fluid drag and drop controls, offering a lot of creative freedom. In contrast, the Shopify app is simpler and easier to use, with basic design options but limited customization capabilities. I have to admit that I'm a big fan of the Squarespace editor. The drag and drop controls are incredibly smooth, and the grid system makes building your site a breeze. There are lots of small details that help. For instance, it indicates when an element is perfectly centered in your design. Plus, there's a wide range of elements available, from image galleries to music players and social media feeds. So if you're a creative soul, I think you'll really like Squarespace. With the tools that are available, you can craft a very unique portfolio or media site. Now, to make things quicker, you can add entire pre-made sections. As you edit, there are no fixed side menus. The toolbar conveniently follows each section or element you want to modify. For more tech-savvy users, there's an option to add code blocks, enabling the creation of new HTML, CSS, or JavaScript fragments. Overall, the editor provides extensive features while maintaining a clean and minimalistic look and feel. In general, Shopify is much more restrictive. While it does offer a decent selection of sections, each section typically has only 1 or 2 versions. Additionally, you can't add or reposition individual elements to create something more unique. All your work with the sections is done through the left menu, and you customize the content on the right side. These customizations are adequate, providing the basics but lacking in-depth settings. That said, the overall Shopify website design options are somewhat more extensive. Shopify is limited in designs but matches Squarespace in overall site customization. If you need to build specific sites for clients, you can work with the Shopify Liquid template language. One very useful feature for small businesses is the ability to build your site with a multilingual approach from the get-go. You can use a button to switch between versions and customize them accordingly. So while Shopify makes creating online stores a painless process, Squarespace allows your inner artist to shine. So, in terms of easy management, Shopify versus Squarespace, which is the best e-commerce platform? Well, this will be a difficult answer since both have some of the best approaches to store management. I already mentioned that help you get along the way, but both providers also guide you in first adding or managing products. Squarespace's online management tools are a bit more restrictive compared to Shopify, which makes sense given that Squarespace is a general website builder, while Shopify is dedicated to e-commerce. Shopify offers more advanced third-party tools, whereas Squarespace relies more on in-house solutions. However, this doesn't imply that either approach is inferior. In some cases, Squarespace's tools are smoother and more robust, while in other instances, the variety of apps available on the Shopify store enhances functionality. On the other hand, Squarespace marketing tools are easier to use, while Shopify has limited marketing and requires third-party apps for anything impressive. For an online business, analytics should be one of the key things to follow. Knowing what leads to success and being able to measure it is incredibly important. Shopify knows it, so it has some excellent analytics features available straight out of the box. There is one important but here. If you are not ready to shell out $79 a month for their regular plan, you'll have to get an app to use it, which is $15 a month on top of your subscription. So what can you do if you don't want to pay anything extra? Google Analytics might be the answer for you. Squarespace has analytics too. It's much more basic, but it's not bad. The dashboard includes all the core website data. If you have an e-commerce plan, you'll also gain access to advanced e-commerce analytics, including the purchase funnel. This feature allows you to track the purchases of your visitors and identify where you lose the most potential customers, enabling you to further optimize your site. All right, next up is performance. This is really important for business-focused websites. When you're trying to sell something online, every second counts. But before diving into testing, what is a good loading time? Google, the authority on search engine optimization, recommends loading your site in around 2.5 seconds for optimal SEO results. Given that even the best website builder options may take longer than regular hosting, I'd say anything up to the 3-second mark should be considered a good result. Let's begin with the Squarespace review of performance. Using PageSpeed Insights, the results come in at 2.8 seconds, just slightly below the Google recommendation. Overall, while not perfect, this performance is still decent for e-commerce purposes. Now, without using any tools for metrics, I've got to say that Squarespace websites load quickly and smoothly. I didn't notice any part of the website lagging behind. Now let's do a Shopify review on performance. Using PageSpeed Insights, my tested websites usually loaded slightly slower than Squarespace, in about 3.1 seconds. While it's not terrible by any means, fully loading an online store in under 4 seconds is still very much more viable for your business. Now, if I were to trust my own eye test, I can see that the website usually loads in an instant. However, parts of it sometimes are still getting adjusted. If you like this comparison, we've got plenty more website builders content, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Anyhow, that covers my best e-commerce platform comparison. Overall, both of these providers can be considered leaders in the e-commerce platform realm. They offer everything a modern business site needs. Squarespace excels in design and marketing, making it an amazing tool for creatives. On the other hand, Shopify is all about optimizing sales and expanding your company, making it an outstanding platform for more business-focused projects. So, what's your pick? Squarespace or Shopify? Leave a comment with your preferred choice. All right, that's all in this Squarespace versus Shopify comparison. See you all soon.